Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Should You Summon for Lydie, Rainbow Canvas, and Suelle, Ambition Painting. Let's get started, shall we? Okay you guys, here we have Suelle. She is a strike attacker. Her gifts are Stab Shield, Destructive Power Boost, and Physical Damage Boost full. Her synthesis colors are yellow and green. Looking at her gifts, I don't think I've seen Physical Damage Boost full yet. Um, I like that it gives physical damage boost 3 to 30%. The only thing I don't like about it is that you have to be at full health. But for characters like Suelle, it should work out really well because like she wants to be at full health most of the time, if not all the time. So yeah, that just kind of works out for her. So whenever I'm gonna craft gear for her, if I do get her, I will be using this. Um, Looking at the destructive power boost, I also like this a lot because I think the only other character I have that has it is Cornelia. I'm not really aware of anybody else that has it too much either. I like the destructive power boost because it helps those damage items that you craft, do a little bit more damage, and that's always really nice. I want to craft more items with destructive power boost. As far as the stab shield goes, I don't really use the shields too often, but it should be useful in stages here and there. Yeah, looking at her gifts overall, her gifts are not bad at all. I like the colors. I like the physical damage boost. Is just all works out really well. I like that the colors match her outfit too. Okay, you guys, let's move on to her stats. Her HP is 1869, her physical attack is 723, her magic attack is 567, her speed is 239, her physical defense is 478, and her magic defense is 445. Looking at her stats, they're not the worst, but they're not the best. She has high physical attack, um, and her speed is alright. But her physical defense and magic defense is kind of low, which is kind of frustrating when you're trying to like stay at high health. Because her damage comes from her being at like higher health, and I just kind of don't like that. She has lower physical and magic defense for someone that needs to be at high health. But yeah, no, her passives are, I mean, her stats are all right. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Suelle's skills, shall we? Here we are. Suelle Ambition Painting. Atelier Lydie and Suelle Legends Fest. Her skills are as follows. Skill 1 is damage plus 5% up to 25% depending on your own HP. It increases as HP increases from 20% to 100%. The wait time is 100, the range is single target, the power is 91, and the break is 8. Suelle's skill 1 is alright. She can do some damage if her health is not too low. And I don't like this whole health restriction thing going on just because it means I'll have to run her with a healer. And sometimes I don't run healers on my team depending on what I'm doing. But it'll be alright. Her skill 2 is when own HP is 50% or more, damage plus 20%. And then when HP is max, further increases damage by 30%. It has a wait time of 200, the range is single target, the power is 301, and the break is 37. The plus 50% damage boost at max health is really nice, but once again, having that health restriction is just kind of annoying. But as long as you run her with like a healer like Lydie, she should be perfectly fine. Um, yeah, let's take a look at her burst. Her burst is when your HP is max, damage is increased by 80%. It has a wait time of 200, the range is single target, the power is 500, and the break is 93. Looking at her burst, I really like this 80% damage multiplier, as well as she has a pretty high damage multiplier herself already at 500%. So putting these together is going to be like 580, and that's really nice. The only caveat to it again is that she has to be at max HP, which is a little bit frustrating. But once again, if you run her with a healer like Lydie, she should be perfectly fine. Let's take a look at her passives. Her passives are all allies physical attack plus 10% and provocation resistance plus 30%. I like this passive a lot. I don't believe we have like anyone else that passively boosts our physical damage. So that's always kind of nice. And provocation resistance, it just means that they have she has taunt resistance. And that'll be really helpful in like stages that taunt you. But yeah. Overall, Sully is alright. She's an attacker who wants to be at high health to output damage. The health restriction is bothering me, but it can easily be fixed by running her with like a healer or something. Yeah. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lydie, shall we? Here we are. Lydie. She is a Bolt supporter. Her gifts are Bolt Cursed, Enhanced Last Recovery, and All Recovery Boost. Her synthesis colors are purple and blue. Looking at her gifts, I like this Bolt Curse a lot just because in some stages here and there we might just kind of need it. Um, this enhanced last recovery is kind of interesting. It boosts HP recovery by 2 to 18% on the final use. I think that's gonna be interesting on like some healing items because it'll just help it like heal a little bit more. And I like the all recovery boost just because I'm always looking for more like recovery boost just for all my characters. I see that she ends in blue, and I know that Aisha starts in blue, so like I think I can do some like double all recovery boost combinations here and there, and that should be nice. So yeah, no, her gifts are pretty good. I like her gifts a lot. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lydie's stats, shall we? Her stats are HP 1501, her physical attack is 556, magic attack 656, speed 241, physical defense 600, and magic defense also 600. Looking at her stats, they're decent. Um, she's like the second fastest supporter we have right next to Resna, but she's like barely the second fastest by kind of like by 1 point. Um, but Resna's speed is like 260, which is like kind of insane to have as a base speed. Um, no, yeah, her stats are like nothing special, but they're not too bad. I like them. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lydie's skills, shall we? Lydie Rainbow Canvas, Atelier Lydie and Suelle Legends Fest. Her skills are as follows. Her skill 1 is grants skill damage plus 9% to one ally, max 18%, and grants HP recovery plus 9% at the start of turn to target for 2 turns. The wait time is 100, the range is single target, the power is non-existent, and the break is also non-existent. You know, this skill damage plus 9% to one ally and being able to like recover that single ally is really good. I noticed that most healers either do one or the other, so her being able to do both is pretty convenient. Yeah. Let's check out her skill 2. Her skill 2 is after recovery, gives skill damage plus 20% to the target for 1 turn. It has a wait time of 200, the range is AoE, the power of the recovery is 106, and the break is non existent. You know, I like Liddy's skill 2 a lot because it can heal someone to like full health as well as give them 20% like damage boost. The 20% damage boost is like a pretty good amount, and her being able to like both buff you and heal you is kind of a little broken. So there's that. Yeah, let's check out her burst. Her burst is after attacking, give skill damage plus 100% to the next ally lined up on the timeline before using this skill for 1 turn. It also grants all attribute resistance minus 25% to the attack target for 1 attack. It has a wait time of 200, the range is AoE, the power is 300, and the break is 37. Um, you know, I like Liddy's burst a lot because it gives the next ally in the lineup like 100% damage increase for their skill. And it also lowers their like attribute resistance by 25%, and that's gonna make like the next person in the lineup to hit them really really hard. Um, with a little bit of like time manipulation, you can get your damage dealers to like be like right after her, and then that's gonna help them do a lot more damage. So yeah, I like this burst a lot. Let's check out her passives. Her passives are skill damage plus 30% for characters with bolt affinity and paralysis resistance plus 30%. You know, this passive, her being able to give bolt characters 30% damage increase just by being on the team is going to be helpful in like stages where you need bolt, and also like the Tower of Affinity. The paralysis resistance plus 30% is just going to be helpful in stages where they have paralysis. Yeah, you know, overall, looking at Lydie, she's like an extremely good buffer and healer. Her damage buffs will help like any team that she's run on, and being able to heal you and buffs you makes it so that you can run other characters because she's filling like two roles instead of one, which is always really nice and convenient. Yeah, I like Lydie a lot. Okay, you guys. Lastly, I wanted to end off with this Memoria. There is a Memoria coming. It is called Our Masterpiece. The ability effect is boost skill damage by 4 to 28% for all attacker and supporter allies. At level 30, its HP is 18%, physical attack 6%, magic attack 21%, speed 4%, physical defense 23%, and magic defense 23%. You know, this Memoria is really, really good because just by having this Memoria, it's going to improve both of your attacker and supporters' skill damage by 4 to 28%, depending on what refinement you have it at. And, you know, being able to like do more damage is always, always nice. I hope I can like get this Memoria while I'm rolling for Lydie, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. But please come home. Honestly, looking at this banner is really, really, really good. Both Lydie and the Memoria are worth getting, and I would definitely recommend using your gems to try to snag them. If not, I would definitely suggest using your exchange medals on her because her healing and damage buff are insane. You won't be disappointed if you get her. And if you do manage to snag yourself a Lydie this time around, you can use your exchange medals on the next banner, which I believe will most likely be Break Ryza. And, you know, she's like really, really good. But right now seems like the perfect time to roll. You can use all those medals and you can totally try to get this Memoria and try to get Lydie. Okay, you guys, that should be it for the video. I would like to wish all of you guys good luck on your summons, and if you guys found any of this information helpful, or if you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!